Well, we made it to another weekend. We have two products we're opening tonight. One of them just came out tonight, or today rather, and the other one came out on Wednesday. So we're going to open a case of our Leaf autographed baseball bats. That's a new product from Leaf. We'll open a full case of that tonight, and behind that, we're going to open a full case of Topps Series 2 Jumbo. Yeah, we're going to be busy. Before we get started ripping, though, there is some information to go over, so let's roll ahead with that. First up there, as you can see, just some information about feedback, which I have 100% automated, and I do that just so you never have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're instantly going to get the same thing in return. And of course, the second message there is to say thank you. I appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me, talking sports, all the fun stuff we get into during our breaks. This is what's coming up in the days ahead. So you'll notice that every night other than Sunday night, we're at a 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start time. We're kind of continuing to experiment with that. And I'll make a decision probably about this time next week whether we're going to stick with that or go back to 9:30. But for now, other than Sunday night, we're at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Tomorrow, Saturday night, the night before Father's Day, not Father's Day, we will open the last of the Legacy football. In that break, Veteran Base does not ship to the teams. It has a separate bidding category. Full details about that, of course, in the listing description. On Sunday, we have Noir Basketball, a third and final case of it, and Leaf Flash Football, a fourth and final case of it. Sunday is Father's Day. Monday, we're going to open Luminance Football and Finest Baseball. On Tuesday, we'll open a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. And then we're going to do another jumbo case of Topps Series 2 with silver packs. It'll be the same as it is tonight. Base cards are not shipping to the teams. It is a separate bidding category. Once again, full details about that in the listing description. On Wednesday of next week, we have a new release product, and it is Museum Collection Baseball. Some high-end baseball showing up from Topps on Wednesday. And we're going to break it by the full case and take kind of an easy night on Wednesday night. That's the only break we're going to do there. Here's what you need to know about for tonight. There are two separate breaks. As I mentioned earlier, our baseball bats, which is a free shipping break, and then our Series 2 Jumbo, which is a paid shipping break. So anytime you do a free shipping break with me, I always project it to go out no later than a week after the auction. Now, a lot of times it goes sooner, often much sooner, but shouldn't be any later than Friday a week from today, okay? And our paid shipping break, which is the Series 2 Jumbo, I'm projecting to get out the door about Tuesday. That's what it's looking like right now. And as always, if I can get it out to you faster than Tuesday, I will be happy to do so. We do not need to worry about consolation cards in Series 2. Everybody's going to have hits in there. If you get skunked in the baseball bat auction and your team is not one of the teams pulled, you are entitled to a consolation card. Basically, because it's a free shipping break, I do hang on to that normally until your next package ships, and then I would send it along with anything else you had heading your way. If, however, you want it sent sooner, all you need to do is, let me know. Hit me up, and I'll take care of it for you. So first up, our brand new product from Leaf. It is a 3-bat case of 2019 Leaf autographed baseball bats. This is, of course, break number 1. It just came out today. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight. Why does it say Wednesday? I have no idea. Apparently, I had some kind of a mental issue when I typed that. Actually, I think it's because I was listing for Wednesday, tonight, what I listed tonight for sale that breaks on Wednesday, and I think I must have just decided somehow it was Wednesday, but it's not. It's Friday. And of course, team names are on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders are across from each team on the right-hand side. Now, here's the deal with these baseball bats, guys and gals. I'm going to assume that they're not going to have any identifying team information on them, because that's typically the way these baseball bats work. If it does have some identifying team information on it, then of course it would go to that team. If it doesn't, and it's an active player, naturally it's going to go to their current team. Oh, these are in an interesting kind of configuration. If it does not, if it is not an active player, a retired player, then we're going to refer back to our rules for how that works, which means simply that it will go to the team that they played for the longest. So I guess they have these in what I'm going to say are like shipping boxes. These are obviously very long. Bats are quite long. I've got to figure out how to get this so that we can see it and I don't knock the rest of them off the table and all that. So I'm guessing we ship them out in this box too. It's an interesting sort of configuration here, but we're going to figure it out as we go along. So here's our first one. And is it going to tell us who it is? I hope it does. Well, that's, I don't know who that is. So, yeah. First of all, I forgot to change the focus, didn't I? I've been bad about that this week. I keep forgetting to change our camera focus. So let me try and do that real quickly so we don't have stuff zooming in and out. And see what that did for us. I'll take another look at this, and then I'm going to see if I can figure out who this actually is. Maybe it tells me on here somewhere. That doesn't say anything about it. We have a little JSA authentication, which means I could look it up online if I need to, but I really have no idea who that is. Oh, you guys are saying it's Bobby Cox. Okay. Well, there we go then. So it is Bobby Cox then. And somebody else says in here that there are some bats in here that have team names on them. So, okay, guys, once again, if the team name is on there with the player, then for sure it's going to go just like anything else would to the visible team on the bat. However, usually bats look like that, okay, where they do not, in fact, have any kind of identifying information on them, in which case, you know what's going to happen. It's going to go to their current team, or it's going to go to their team they played for the longest if they're retired. I really don't know if these are, I mean, I guess these are when you ship it in. They seem sturdy enough, so I assume they are. It's just a weird box. Oh, this one has a tag on it. Well, the other one didn't, but this one does. That one says Duke Snider. At least if the other one had a tag on it, I didn't see it, but this one does. Beckett authenticated, and well, it's got his name printed on it too, so that makes it a little easier, doesn't it? Yeah, that definitely makes it a little easier to figure out. So right now we have a Duke Snider and we have a Bobby Cox are what we're looking at here. And we got one more to figure out. I think, did Bobby Cox only play for the Braves? Did he play somewhere else too? I'll look that up. I'll just double check them before we call the teams. I'm going to double check them. I think I think he's a Brave, but I don't know if he played for anybody else or not, so we'll find out. Felix Hernandez. King Felix, of course, is a Seattle Mariner. So that one I do know is a current player for sure going to the Mariners, and there's a Beckett authentication in there to go along with your signature for Felix Hernandez and the Mariners. All right, so let me get some kind of something going on here with this. These are very awkward sort of boxes. I'm used to the shipping tubes, that some of these other companies use. This one's a little weird. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to look at Bobby Cox and see if it's anything other than what I'm thinking, because I'm thinking it's Braves, but I want to make sure that that's right before I tell you for sure, because I might be wrong. So, let's see here. Oh, actually, as a player, he was a Yankee. I'm thinking of him Braves, I guess, because he was... like he managed them or whatever, right? So I guess, did he only play for the Yankees then? See, this is why we look things up, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. All right. So I was thinking Bobby Cox Braves because I suppose managerial wise that's correct, but otherwise he is New York Yankees, it would seem. All right. So there you go. So we have Felix Hernandez, of course, for the Seattle Mariners. We have the Bobby Cox for the Yankees. And then Duke Snider should be a Dodger. I think he only played 1 or 2 seasons for somebody else and like a million seasons for the Dodgers. So, all right. Johnny says check the JSA. Well, the JSA only is going to tell us, I believe, Johnny, where it was signed, who signed it and where they signed it. I mean, certainly I can show it to you again and we can type it in there, but it doesn't generally associate it with a team. You know, it's only, I don't believe it's going to tell us anything other than that it's Bobby Cox, which you guys already identified, but I will happily go look it up for you. There's the number as well if some of you want to be looking it up at the same time. So give me 1 second and I will get that pulled up. Meanwhile, I can't see chat while I'm looking this stuff up, guys. So if you're typing in there, I'm not going to see it till I get back from doing this fun little task here. But I don't think this ever gives us a team that I'm aware of for stuff like this. But anyway, verify authenticity. This is what we got to do. Okay, 399. 706. Let's see what it tells us. Yeah, it just says Bobby Cox, signed Louisville Slugger bat with Hall of Fame. So that's what I thought. And when I looked up his stats, I only showed him as a player for the Yankees. So is someone else showing something different from that? Because that's not what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing that. So Bobby Cox for the Yankees, Duke Snider for the Dodgers, and Felix Hernandez for the Mariners are our 3 baseball bats for tonight. Give me a second to get these put out of the way, and then we'll move on with our top series 2. You know, it's funny, some of these older guys that, you know, played a long time ago, how you associate them, if they played so long ago that you never knew them as a player, like you tend to associate them with teams where they've managed or whatever, which is why I always like to go look it up, because I know I'm guilty of it. I was just there, as a matter of fact. All right, so... well, but Johnny, you know, he's a retired player, right? So here's the deal with that kind of stuff. It's kind of what we talked about up there at the top of the break. So when these guys are active, they go to the active team, right? But when they are retired, they go to the team that they played for the longest. And that's the way it's written, you know, in the rules, all the stuff we have written there on the break, that's how we have all of that written out. So since there is not a team listed on the bat and there was no team associated when I looked up the JSA for you there, it's going to have to go to the team that he played for the longest, which does appear to be the Yankees. So unfortunately, you know, that one looks like it is headed to the Yankees rather than the Braves, because the Yankees is the team that he played for the longest. And there was no mention of the Braves on there. I believe he was a manager for the Braves, right? Which is, you know, again, what I was thinking of him as, Braves. But when we looked up the stats, I think it just fell differently, I'm afraid. So hi to Greg and Jay Allen, who's getting ready to head off to get some Z's, it sounds like. And, of course, Johnny, hi to you as well. I don't know if I said hi to everybody tonight. I just jumped right into the bats because I was, like, so excited to see what we had. You know how I am when we get these new products. I love them. I get really excited about it. Johnny, I believe he played for the Yankees for 2 years, but I think also, again, that is, I believe, the only team that he played for. I can put it up on the screen for you if that'll make things easier. I'm happy to do that, but you're going to just have to give me a minute to do it. I usually bring it up on my iPad, but I'm happy to show you how it falls here, if that will be helpful to you. If you just give me a minute here, I will check that out and see if I can't get it up on the screen for you. But I need to figure out how to get to player stats from MLB this way, so it may take me a minute. But that's, guys, memorabilia rules are no different than anything else that we have stated. We break all of this stuff the same way, right? It's been this way ever since always. So let me find, trying to find historical player search here again on MLB.com. I don't know how to find it. I have this stuff bookmarked on my iPad, but not so much where I can put it on the screen for you. So bear with me. I'm standing up here trying to find it for you. And of course, it's not going to give me that either. Okay, I need to go to... Come on, man. There we go. Maybe it's going to come up for me here, hopefully. Bobby Cox. Come back up here, buddy. All right, now I believe I've got it where I can, where I can put it up here and show it to you guys so we can all be on the same page here. I normally don't like to switch away from something once the plastic is off of it, but since we need to get this cleared up, then we'll just get this done real quick. So there you go, guys. We are on the MLB website, which is what we use to look up this official stuff. And there he is, Bobby Cox. That is definitely him. He played 2 seasons, both for the New York Yankees. So retired guy, played for one team, goes to the Yankees. That's about the best we can do on that one. All right, let's go ahead here, kids, and get started on some Topps Series 2 Jumbo. All right, now here's what you need to know about this fun little product. First of all, hopefully everybody took a look at this and you saw, did I not show you the spreadsheet on it? See, I got sidetracked by the bat. I didn't show you the spreadsheet. Oh, it's going to be another one of those days, isn't it? Here it is. We'll take a look at it real quickly here. So there's... at least we haven't opened any packs yet, so there we go. There's 2 times I've broken my rule of not liking to go away from my table once stuff's on it, but I'm having a night, aren't I? So, Series 2, base, of course, goes to its own bidding category, right? Now, that was listed in the listing description. I am confident all of you read that and saw that, so there shouldn't be any surprises for anyone in that regard. And what that means to us with jumbo packs means we're going to be able to get through a whole case of it in pretty good time. So the first box, or first pack or 2 here, we're going to go through and I'm just going to show you how this works. So it's all base up until we get to what I call the Tootsie Roll center of the pack. That's where we find all the good stuff. The numbered cards, the inserts, the short prints, all that fun stuff. So the base cards always end in 062, just as an FYI. But so we can go through and find, hey, here's the last of our base cards until we get to the center. There'll be more base cards on the other side of it as well, of our little center here. And then we'll take a look. Oh, Johnny, you said I didn't need to show that. Oh, well, too late, man. I didn't see it. I didn't see that you typed that. I was probably looking at him when you typed it. But anyway, that's all right, man. It's all good. It's always better to have it up there so we can all see and know if there's any kind of question, right? Always better. So don't sweat it. We're all good. Blue borders are not numbered, but they do come out less frequently than others. So the first one was for the Giants. We're going to find loads of them with this sort of camouflage color, whatever you want to call it. Those are all going to be numbered to 2019. Topps always numbers those to the year in which the product was made. So next year they'll be numbered to 2020, etc. Hollow foils, fun little inserts, are not numbered generally speaking. If we do run across one that is numbered, of course, I will flag it and we'll take a look at it further. These greatest players mostly are not numbered. If we get one that is, of course, again, I'll flag it. 35th anniversary, we'll find loads of those. Same story. If it's numbered, I'll flag it. And then from there, we are back to the base. So just for this first pack, I'll illustrate to you that all the rest of those are base. And then after that, we're going to go a little faster in the sense that we're just going to cut kind of right to the middle, look at what's in the middle, and then we're not going to worry too much about the base since it is its own bidding category. Benjamin is here. Benjamin, we have broken the Leaf baseball bats. It was Duke Snider for the Dodgers, Bobby Cox, which you probably caught the tail end of, that ends up going to the Yankees because that's the only team he played for. And who was our third one, guys? Felix Hernandez, Mariners. That's who our bats were. Oh, I see Joseph already typed it all in. I really should start reading chat from the bottom and then go up. I'm starting at the top, clearly behind tonight. Number to 2019, that is Alcantara for the Miami Marlins. It is a hollow foil also for the Marlins. A greatest player, Rogers Hornsby for the Cardinals. 35th anniversary for the Marlins with Trevor Richards. And let's just make sure that we're back to base, and we are. So we know the rest of that. It just gets stacked off to the side. Pimpo is here too. Hi, Pimpo. You said you want good luck for everybody, especially the Giants, Twins, and Rangers. All right. We'll try to make that work for your Giants and Twins and Rangers and get you some hits. I know Jay Allen had a wish list too up there. Where was his? His was Cleveland. His was Indians, Royals, and Phillies, right? And hi, Ryan. Did I say hi to you? Ryan and the prestigious one. I might have missed you guys in all the fray earlier. And by fray, I mean me having my focus split and off on my own little wild goose chase there. So that's what I mean by that. Numbered to 299 for the Indians. That one, a black border, little Larry Doby. Hollow foil for the Padres of their ballpark. And here comes Ahmed Rosario on a short print. So our first SP of the night for the Mets. There will be a reasonable number of short prints per box. Not an extraordinary number, but, you know, probably one or two per box, generally speaking. Frank Robinson, greatest players for the Twins, 35th anniversary for Jake Cave, and the rest is the base. Nothing but the base. Because somebody asked me tonight, how come I don't sort the base to the teams in this one? Well, guys, because there's like 3,000 cards in here, and most people don't care about the base. There's only a handful of people that do, and those are the set builders, usually. And the set builders are typically pretty happy just having the base as its own category. This way we can break a full case at a time, and everybody's happy. For the Cubbies, that is Brandon Morrow to 2019. And Andrew Benintendi for the Red Sox. That is Stats back, right? I could not remember what that code was, and someone told me Wednesday night, I think it is called Stats, Advanced Stats Back or something. Anyway, they are numbered to 150, and they don't come out super often. So, Red Sox with the Benintendi. And Marisnik, Astros, hollow foil. Evolution of Baseball, that one is the Kansas City Royals. Some of these may come out as things that aren't teams. By that I mean it can be like tickets and stuff like that don't have a team on them at all. And if that's the case, we'll give them out using random at the end of the break. You saw Wilson Contreras go by for the Cubbies, and our first relic out is the Giants and Will Clark. So that gets us to through that pack. So in each one of our boxes, of course, we're looking for 2 relics and 1 autograph. One of our relics is what we just saw there, an actual piece of cloth or piece of the baseball bat or something like that. The other relic in here will be a manufactured relic. There's a couple of different ones, a medallion, and which we're about to see here in a minute, and another option. And then, of course, our autograph. So that's what we're looking for in each one of our boxes tonight. Hi, Matthew and Joseph and Benjamin and Ryan. Oh, 2 Ryans, Ryan Miller and Ryan Lawrence. There's Garrett Cole to 2019 for the Astros. The Colorado Rockies, the 150th anniversary stamp on that one is why it's a parallel. I forgot to mention those, but we will find some that have that little gold 150th anniversary stamp on them. Jordan Hicks for the Cardinals. And our first manufactured relic getting ready to come out of here. I've got to get some big sleeves for this, thick cards. And it is Nolan Ryan as a Ranger with the medallion. So, cool. I like the medallions. And there's the Braves and Bryce Wilson. And from there, we're back to the base. And on we go. Ryan Lawrence, you're asking me, you got a Felix Hernandez bat. Yeah, man, if you had the Mariners, you sure do have a Felix Hernandez bat, my friend. That would be headed your way if you had the Mariners tonight. Did I say Mariners a while ago, or did I say Mets? I have Mets kind of in my brain, and I'm afraid I said Mets, but if I did, I meant Mariners. I'm not sure which one I said. Cleveland Indians to 2019. Picture of their ballpark. Hollow foil. Hill for the Royals. Faces of the franchise. Sometimes these are numbered occasionally. And the Indians on that one. Tampa Bay Rays ballpark with the 150th anniversary logo. The Phillies and De Los Santos. And let's just make sure we're back to our base. Oh, Greg, you're not kidding. These you said a big box of base. You're not kidding. I mean, it's probably going to weigh, good grief, 20 pounds or so. I mean, it's going to be heavy. Whoever gets all the base, it's going to be heavy. There's an Edwin Diaz for the Mariners, numbered to 2019. That's Ozzie Albies in the Braves. Here comes a nice black border Kyle Wright, also for the Braves, numbered down there at the bottom to 299. Pimpo says his first box mojo tonight. He's not waiting around for last box mojo, his first box mojo. Minnesota Twins with the 150th anniversary logo. Tanaka short print for the New York Yankees. Actually, I should probably set our, I guess we're going to want to recap. I got to think about all the different things we're going to want to recap, huh? So let's do a pile for our lower numbered stuff and then a pile for our short prints. I think that's a good way to go. Ricky Henderson for the Oakland A's. Greatest players, All-Star Mariners. Ken Griffey Jr. I love him. My Reds were getting it handed to us tonight. I don't know why I took that personally. I'm getting the Reds are handing it to me. No. The Rangers are handing it to the Reds. It feels very personal, though. Last I saw, it was like 8-1 or 8-0 or 8 to something horrible. I had to just glance at it, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. How is this happening? I thought we were getting better, but whew, we were getting loaded up on tonight. Numbered to 67, the ballpark for the Detroit Tigers. Faces of the franchise, Texas Rangers. 150th anniversary for the White Sox. And Manny Machado, all dressed up in his finest for the Padres. And that is another short print. So that's our third SP out of box number 1. I like that plan. The Astros, and then we are at base. Oh, that's your first autographed memorabilia? Well, cool, Ryan. Yeah, I mean, it was a black bat, actually, signed in silver, right, guys? I think it was signed in silver. It's pretty cool, man. You'll like it. You will like it, I believe. King Felix ought to be coming back from his rehab stint pretty soon, right? I mean, isn't he? He's been out for a bit. I would think he's due back soon. Ian Kinsler and the Padres, that's Gary V's insert. We'll find a few of those. Home Run Challenge. I forgot to talk about these. These are cool. When you get them, you scratch off this little silver part. There's a code underneath. You go to the website that's on there, and then you enter the code, and it will give you a chance to pick a game, George Brett Royals, where you think the player on that card is going to hit a home run. Meanwhile, we'll get back to that, because we came across our autograph hit for this box. It is Jose Barrios and the Minnesota Twins coming out for our autograph. Steven Duggar for the Giants. So if you picked the right game, so let's say you picked, Joey Votto to hit a home run, whatever, July the 12th. And he actually hit a home run July the 12th. You would get a special little Topps Now card, I believe. And also entered into a chance to win some tickets to the Home Run Derby. So it's kind of a fun little thing they do every year in Series 1 and Series 2 and update. If you're into that sort of thing. That is Brandon Woodruff to 2019 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Vlad Guerrero Jr. So here's the interesting thing about his rookie card. It's supposed to be like the parallel for, what was it, card number 700 maybe, I think. But as you see, they didn't put any number there on the back at all. So there it is, though, Vlad's rookie card. Those do not come out super frequently. We had, I believe, 4 in that first box that we did, or first case that we did. And somebody else who was watching the break that night said that they had also seen 4 in a case that they had watched earlier. So I'm thinking maybe every jumbo case is going to have 4. So that was Will Clark and the Giants and Derek Jeter and the Yankees there on those last 2 inserts that we saw. Joseph, you said you're waiting on 10 home run challenge winners to come from Series 1. You know what? See, I've got that theory, like you're talking about, you hit 10, you've got 10 of them. I'm with you on that, man. The home runs are so plentiful this year. I think for certain players, I mean, they practically hit one every game. Not every game, but they hit them so often. I do think it's easier to hit it this year than it has been maybe in past years. So that sort of proves my theory, unless you tell me, well, I tried 150 times and I hit 10 out of 150. But if you say had, 20 and you hit 10 of them, then that would, kind of say, yeah, that might that might confirm my theory. So how many did you try on, Joseph, to end up with the 10 that you hit, out of curiosity? The Tampa Bay Rays, we have a blue border numbered 250 on this one, which has row. So that's a different, obviously a different color and border scenario than the one that we have that has the all blue border that we saw earlier, because those are not numbered. Hollow foil Atlanta Braves, 150th anniversary for Runed and the Rangers, who are beating up my Cincinnati Reds tonight quite thoroughly. You might notice this says New York Giants on Mr. Christy Mathewson. So, guys, cards always follow their franchise. The former New York Giants are the current San Francisco Giants. So that card will go to SF. Yachty Cardinals, and back to the base. Yep, back to the base. All right. Onward and upward we go. So you hit 10 out of 16. Yeah, that's good odds. I like that. I like that. Pimpo, did you get all 3 of those hits out of the first box? You typed in clean sweep. Did you get all of them? If you did, man, you need to go play the lottery tonight. The Cincinnati Reds to 2019. The Rangers, 150th anniversary logo on it. Evolution of the game for the Phillies. Our first relic out of this box is Duke Snider and the Dodgers. We pulled his autographed baseball bat earlier. And handy little medallion there. For the Mets, it's Jacob deGrom. And the rest of it is, well, base. You know the drill on that. So you said early in the season it was easy to pick. Oh, yeah, Yelich and Belly and Javi. Yeah, for sure. Bellinger's cooled off a little bit, though. Although I think he did homer a couple times last night, didn't he? I didn't see that game last night, but I think I read that. Or maybe not, but I think I did. To 2019, that is Bobby Pointer for the Red Sox. A hollow foil for the Angels. McCullers comes out for the Houston Astros, and that's another one of our short prints. We can get him in a little sleeve there, keep him happy. Evolution of the game for the Pirates, Marte and Clemente. The Phillies and Bryce Harper, and our second relic came out right behind our first relic. It is Kyle Schwarber for the Cubbies. All right, we are, yep, at the base. Back at the start. So how many of you happened to watch the NBA Finals? Now, obviously, I was breaking through a good part of it, through most of it. But I did go back and watch some highlight reels and, see some odds and ends and the after, right at the very end and stuff like that. But how crazy was that? The whole thing. It's McGuire to 299 black border St. Louis Cardinals. And 150th anniversary there for Chris Davis, Baltimore Orioles. Mookie Betts. Josh James for the Astros. I mean, first of all, if you had said that they would be in the finals in a game, as close as it was with no Kevin Durant, you kind of would have thought, maybe, they played well before Kevin Durant. They could play well without him. But then you factor in, of course, Looney got hurt part of the way through, not playing at, full speed through the whole series, and was out for part of the series, obviously. And then Klay Thompson going out with what turns out to be a torn ACL. They are still in position to win the game. And of all things, Draymond Green calling a timeout they didn't have. The Phillies to 2019. I mean, they were down 1 anyway. But, I mean, Steph Curry had a clean look at it with that last 3 of the game. I'm kind of surprised it didn't go in. Another Vlad Guerrero Jr. Rookie card. So that's 2 for tonight. Alcantara hollow foil for the Marlins. Faces of the franchise for the Pirates. The Padres and Manny Machado. So, that was pretty crazy that they were still even in it, everything that's happened to the team. And then today, I started reading all these articles about people immediately, all these sports writers immediately wanting to kind of say, well, did the Raptors, they didn't say it in these words, but they're basically saying, well, did the Raptors really deserve to win? Because the Warriors had all these injuries and they probably would have won if they hadn't. I mean, how can you say they probably would have won? I mean, you don't know. And that seems so unfair to tarnish the win for the Raptors. So, I'm happy that they got their first franchise win. But it's kind of a bummer that they have that kind of cloud over their head where people will always go, well, if the Warriors were healthy, they wouldn't have won, Who knows if they would have? David Fletcher and the Angels with a blue border. Chris Archer to 2019 for the Pirates. Hollow foil for the Cleveland Indians. A little Zach Greinke here for the D-backs. That is obviously a short print. How often do you see Greinke batting on a card? Hardly ever. That's how often. Stan Musial for the Cardinals. For the Royals, it's Bo Jackson. And let's see if we're back to our base at that point. Yeah. So I don't know. I did feel kind of bad for the Raptors in that sense because they're always going to have that kind of what if hanging over their win. But I really thought it was kind of crappy of the sports writers to take that route. Why not just write about what happened kind of objectively as opposed to framing the narrative that way? But who knows? But I did feel bad for Draymond Green. To 2019 for the Yankees. Hollow foil for the Diamondbacks. George Brett and the Royals. For the Tigers, Christian Stewart. And perhaps we're already back to base on that one. But then there was another article that kind of was a completely different publication, kind of slamming Steph Curry a little bit, believe it or not, who's had an incredible series, regardless of the fact that they lost. I mean, he had an incredible series. There's no denying that. So the Nationals with faces of the franchise. Once again, guys, where cards go to stay with their franchise. I know we've got a couple guys on here that were Expos, but of course the former Montreal Expos are the current Washington Nationals, and card appropriately titled for the Nationals on the back as well. The Cubs to 2019 150th anniversary Hornsby for the St. Louis Cardinals. And then we have 150th anniversary Chris Archer for the Pirates. Followed by another New York Giant, which once again is the current San Francisco Giants. That would be Mel Ott. The Cubbies and Ryan Sandberg. And then we are back at our base. So the article about Steph Curry basically said, hey, he can't hit the clutch shots. With the game on the line or the season on the line and the ball in his hands, he's 0 for 8. So the article, kind of takes the position that well, is he truly a great player if he can't come up in the clutch moments? And that's another sports writer that you just want to go, what's wrong with you, man? Did you see the stats the guy put up? Yeah, so he missed a shot at the end of the game. And, maybe they would have won and maybe they wouldn't have won. But why do you have to go drag all that through the media, I don't know. I think they just look for things to stir up sometimes. Juan Soto and the Nationals, another one of our home run challenge cards. Another Stan Musial for the Cardinals. Our autograph makes an appearance. It's another one for the Twins. We had Jose Barrios out of the first box. We got Jake Cave out of the second box, and he's numbered to 150. So right now, the Twins are taking the autographs. We've seen two. They've gotten them both. And Mariners Justice Sheffield. I didn't say that. I showed it to you, but I didn't say it, so I usually like to try to do both. Oh, Joseph, yeah, I forgot about that. That is a good point. When the Warriors won the first time, Kyrie Irving was injured, and yeah, exactly to your point. No one talks about that anymore, so maybe you're right. Maybe the Raptors won't forever have that hanging over them, just the current narrative. To 2019, Victor Caratini. A red. I like seeing red. Eduardo Nunez, numbered 276 for the Red Sox. Our little patriotic 4th of July hanging out there. Johnny, you said Green actually, they were losing. If he didn't call the fake timeout, the time would have just ran out. Well, that's true. I mean, that's true. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to look at it for sure. Steve Chiswick for the Cubbies to the 150th anniversary. Iconic card of Jackie Robinson. I love that card. Wish I had the real one. Brooklyn Dodgers. The Rockies and Trevor Story. And Will Myers for the Padres brings us back to the base. So, of course, basketball not going to be out of headlines for very long because we have got the draft next week on the 20th. So that'll be fun to watch. It's obviously the fastest of all of the drafts. We can watch it in one night with just the 2 rounds, as opposed to the NFL draft, which takes 3 days, and the Major League Baseball draft, which takes multiple days. And I don't follow hockey. I don't know how long a hockey draft takes, but maybe it's quick. I don't know. For the Astros, that's Max Stassi to 2019. Tampa Bay Rays with our hollow foil. Justin Smoke with a short print. Toronto Blue Jays. Greatest moments for the Yankees, Don Larson. For the Astros, Jose Altuve. And the rest are base. Frank, no football tonight. No, we just had tonight is the baseball bats, which we finished up first. And then, of course, we are in the middle of, I went one too far. See, that's why I like to flip them over and make sure. We're in the middle of Topps Series 2 Jumbo right now. Baseball, of course. So, yeah, no football over here tonight, my friend. Tomorrow night I do, though. Tomorrow night I have some. Steel City Slammers to 2019 for the Pirates. And there's Jose Peraza, numbered to 150, and that is our little stats back card. A hollow foil for the Cubbies, Victor Caratini. Christian Stewart out again for the Tigers, but this one is a short print. And there's Jordan Hicks, St. Louis Cardinals. For the Giants, Duggar. And a relic, Juan Soto of the Nationals. That's our first relic out of this box, right? Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure it is. I don't think we've seen the other one yet. The rest are base. You know, I'm wondering. I'm thinking about those baseball bats, like those boxes that they had them in. I don't know if I guess those are okay to ship in, but it is an unusual sort of box. I'm used to seeing them in tubes. I guess it's all right, though. The Rangers to 2019. I feel like I should test it or something, though. It's 150th anniversary for the Diamondbacks. Tigers front and back on Evolution of the Game. Here comes our next relic, and it is our medallion relic. Eddie Matthews for the Braves, and it's numbered to 25. For the Indians, Francisco Lindor. Have any of you ever received a bat in a box like that? You know, had one shipped to you in that type of box? I just want to make sure it's transit worthy. You know what I mean? Like, I asked Leaf before I ordered that product if they were sending it in, or were the bats going to be in something that was like ready to go to be put in the mail, or was I going to have to go spend a bunch of extra money to buy all these tubes? And they said, oh no, they actually said they'd be in tubes, but they're like, oh yeah, no, they're going to be ready to go. But I don't know about that. Derek Jeter for the Yankees. I don't know why I put that in the sleeve. It's not numbered. I thought it was a blue border, but actually I think it's not. But oh well. It's already in there now. Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Toronto Blue Jays. That is our third rookie card for him we've seen out of this case, if I'm counting correctly. Hollow foil for the Twins. There is Irvin. Once again, New York Giants or San Francisco Giants. Javi Baez for the Cubs. Ryan, you've only gotten yours in tubes. Yeah, that's all I've ever sent them in either. I mean, being as how they're baseball bats, you kind of think it would be hard to damage them in transit. But then again, I mean, they are wooden. I think it would take a lot to do anything to it, but... Oh, Johnny, you've gotten some of the triangle box. I know what you're talking about. That's that cardboard box from the post office. Now, see, I always thought those were too short, that a bat wouldn't fit in those properly. But did it hold up okay when you did get it that way? To 2019 for the Astros. Another Vlad Guerrero rookie. That, I believe, is our fourth tonight. We're pacing ahead in this break so far. For the Padres, 150th anniversary, Mejia. Duke Snider, greatest seasons, Dodgers. The Blue Jays, Sean Reed Foley. But yeah, I think I tried one of those triangle boxes from the post office long time ago. And it, like, the bat was taller than the box, I want to say. But I don't know. I just maybe need to order some tubes. I just would have ordered them ahead of time if I had realized what they were sending wasn't maybe going to work. To 2019, that is for the Red Sox with Pedroia. Hollow foil for the Colorado Rockies. Johnny Mize, St. Louis Cardinals. The A's, Nick Martini. And that is back to the base. There we go. We found a bunch of Roman Quinn the other night. I remember it because I liked the picture. So there it is, to 2019 for the Phillies. A hollow foil for the Cubbies. Faces of the franchise for the San Francisco Giants, which also, as you see, include a couple that are former New York Giants, but we've already talked about that, so everybody's on the same page there. 150th anniversary for the Cleveland Indians. A 150th anniversary Bryce Wilson for the Atlanta Braves. The Red Sox with Chris Sale. And then base. Oh, I stopped in the wrong spot. That's base. So is that. Oh, I stopped several short, didn't I? A blue border for the Rays, Brandon Lowe. To 2019 for the Yankees, it's Greg Bird. Haha, black border, Andre Dawson, once again, former Montreal Expos, current Washington Nationals, to 299 for the Nats. This is a 150th anniversary Kansas City Royals. Iconic cards, Lou Brock for the Cubs. That is an iconic card. For the Mariners, Justice Sheffield. And that wraps up that pack. We have yet to see our autograph out of this box. So it's kind of hanging out here somewhere in these last couple of packs. I think we saw it in the next to last pack out of the last box. So it could be waiting for us in here. We'll find out in a moment. Hang on a second. That Honus Wagner, I'm pretty sure, is a short print. So let's take a better look at that. I saw that right as I was moving it off. I'm like, no, that's not right. So I believe Honus here is going to be an SP. How about an SSP? Whoa, super short print for the Pirates with Honus Wagner. It's our first SSP, maybe our only SSP for the night. We'll see. Faces of the franchise, Tampa Bay Rays. 150th anniversary for the Angels. And the A's, Mark McGwire. Back to square one. So this time our autograph makes it to the very last pack of the box. How about that? Well, if I can get the pack open. A little bit of a struggle there. I know. It happens sometimes. A home run challenge for Chris Bryant. Cubbies. Rizzo, Cubbies. And our autograph comes out for the Cardinals. It breaks the streak we had going for the Twins. We get Miles Mikolas for the St. Louis Cardinals. Our autograph out of box number 3. And then there was a Mike Trout for the Angels, and we are rest of them base. So we're officially at the halfway point. We've opened 3. We have 3 left to go. So we're getting there. Now, kind of the general feedback I've gotten from most people is they prefer to break Series 1 and 2 an update like this, where we break the full case at once and the base is separated out. Now, there were a couple of people that said they kind of like to do half cases and have all the cards ship, even the base. But they were in the minority in the past, but just, you know, because I like to kind of keep current on everybody's thoughts on it. What do you guys feel about it? That is Jeffress to 2019. And a hollow foil Lucas Giolito. A Bob Feller for the Indians. Dave Winfield, Yankees. And that's it. Yeah, that's it out of that pack. So I know, you know, in the past, we haven't had a lot of people that are bidding on 1 and 2 an update that have been that interested in getting all the base. And the ones that have, that were set builders, said they'd be just as happy if the base were sorted out because they could get it for less anyway. So is that still the general consensus? Is that how? Tell me how you guys feel about it. Austin Barnes to 2019 Dodgers, a hollow foil for the Braves. Faces of the franchise for the Baltimore Orioles. A 150th anniversary, Corey Knebel. And Taylor Ward for the Angels. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah, Patty, I know for sure that you do like getting a lot of base on things, but I also thought that you bid. Don't you bid on the base by itself usually too? Because I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, you definitely do. I know I've sent you some massive boxes of base in the past. So do you find it more cost effective for you to buy the base as its own category? Because, probably per card cost, probably less doing it that way. But to 2019, the Baltimore Orioles. A hollow foil there for the Braves. And, Mariano Rivera, Yankees. The Braves and Freddie Freeman. Ryan said you like to do a couple of breaks that have where as half chases where you get all the cards and then you like to just get the hits. Yeah. And Johnny, you like to have the base with yours too. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do a case or two later down the road that are half cases where the base ships or something. And that way everybody can have a shot at it that's interested in a slaughter for the St. Louis Cardinals. 150th anniversary, Sean Newcomb. No, not 150th anniversary. That was to 2019 for Sean Newcomb and the Braves. A hollow foil for the San Francisco Giants, Big Panda, Pablo Sandoval. One of the evolutions I was talking about, the weird ones. Not weird, but they don't have a team with them. Tickets. It's going to sit there in housekeeping. We'll give it out at the end of the break. Don Mattingly for the Yankees. Our first relic makes an appearance out of box number 4 here, and it is a Mike Trout relic, numbered to 25, and a nice 2-color relic at that for the Angels. So there you go. Nice for the Angels. Yeah, see, that's kind of the trade-off. George says he does like getting some of the base, but he also prefers the full case break better than a half case break. And see, that's where it gets interesting, because if we tried to break the full case and send all the base to the teams, first of all, the shipping would be extraordinarily high, because everything would have to go priority mail. There'd be nothing that would weigh less than 13 ounces. So everything would be shipping priority mail, which ups that cost quite a bit. And then you're also talking about sorting 3,000 cards. It would have definitely a delay in shipping too. So that is Alex Bregman for the Astros. Gary V's insert. For the Red Sox to 2019, Sweet Victory. Brandon Woodruff, 150th anniversary for the Brewers. And this is our other relic. We hadn't seen one until tonight. Finally, we get our little MLB logo on there. And that is for Verlander and the Astros, who pitched an absolutely masterful game the other night, earlier this week. A short print for Walker Buehler and the Dodgers. I think that was career high strikeouts for Verlander, wasn't it, the other night? I think it was. Trout and the Angels. And, yeah, back to the base. Yeah, what did he have, like 15, 19, some crazy amount? I mean, it was an insanely good game for him. And he's kind of getting long in the tooth, as they say. But he is not pitching like it. I mean, he's pitching like a young man. He is been a man on a mission for really this whole season. He's been exceptionally good. Matt Harvey, numbered 250 for the Angels. My Cincinnati Reds, they get a little hollow foil there of the stadium. Mathewson, New York Giants to San Francisco Giants. Gonzalez for the Twins. And that wraps up that pack. And sorting. There we go. For the San Diego Padres to 2019. And 150th anniversary Padres, numbered to appropriately 150 on the faces of the franchise here. 15 strikeouts. Okay, I was right the first time. And then I got all crazy thinking, ooh, was it really like 19? No, 15. But you know what? That's really impressive. Tucker Barnhart and the Reds with the 150th anniversary. And we have a short print for the Astros with Garrett Cole. Behind that comes one Sandy Koufax iconic cards for the Dodgers. Dale Murphy, the Braves. But it is kind of incredible, isn't it? I mean, Verlander was always good. It was good when he was with the Tigers, but doesn't it seem like he's gotten even better since he's been with the Astros? I mean, I feel like he's practically got no mileage on his arm. He's been throwing so well. Mike Montgomery to 2019 for the Cubbies. For the Astros, Roberto Osuna. This is numbered to 99, and it is the kind of vintage stock, I think is what we finally decided it's called. But it feels like the old-time cardboard backs. So that's whatever you want to call it, that's what that card is, numbered to 99. 150th anniversary Roman Quinn. There's Jenkins for the Cubbies. Ripken for the Orioles. And that's that. Frankly, I just am happy that my Reds are like slightly ahead of the Pirates, I think. So maybe we're like not in, or the Orioles, or I don't know, somebody, the Orioles actually. We're slightly ahead of somebody. We're out of the basement, so I think it would actually be the Orioles, not the Pirates. But anyway, for the Angels, a Mike Trout black border to 299. Not that I wish the Orioles bad ill will. Chance Sisco on the 150th anniversary. And that was for the Mariners with Alex Colon. This is Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies. But it's nice to just not be in dead last place, even though we might only be a game or a half game out of dead last place. I still would rather not be in dead last with my Reds. I know, shouldn't make a difference, but it kind of did make me feel a little better anyway. Gary V. And that is Trevor May for the Twins. George Springer, home run challenge for the Astros. One of a few Astros out injured at the moment. Mel Ott for the San Francisco Giants. Our autograph hit is for the Rangers. Isaiah Kiner Falefa, or something not even remotely pronounced that way. Sean Reed Foley for the Blue Jays. I freely admit that I probably just butchered his entire name from start to finish. Freely admit it. Oh, see, Ozzy's trying to be nice. Ozzy's like, New York, National League Central is tough. Oh, but you know, I mean, my Reds have been really bad for many, many seasons now. We've been not good for a while. And every time I think it looks like we're about ready to turn the corner and it's like, oh yeah, we're going to get rolling again, then somehow the next thing you know, we're like back down in the basement again. And you just have to kind of learn to live with it as a Reds fan. That's why I'm saying we take our joy in small victories, like, hey, we're not in last place anymore. Isn't that awesome? I do love my Reds, but man, I could use with a winning season or two here and there. And San Francisco Giants with the evolution of baseball. Dyson to 2019 for the D-backs. Hollow foil, Colorado Rockies. Tony Gwynn, Padres. The Pirates, Nick Birdie. Well, Joseph, you're not wrong. Our pitching is better this year, but it's still not good. I mean, like, look at Tyler Mahle tonight. He just got destroyed again. I mean, Tyler Mahle was supposed to be good, and he came up and played, like, what, 2 good games, and then he's been a project ever since. I mean, Luis Castillo, I'm proud of him, but dang, the rest of them, we have some hard luck in there. Kevin Kramer and the Pirates, blue border. Kutch to 2019 for the Phillies. I'm talking about our starters, not our bullpen is actually pretty, we do all right out of our bullpen for the most part. Tucker Barnhart, hollow foil, Reds. Faces of the franchise for the Kansas City Royals. 150th anniversary for the Mets. A short print for the Cubbies with Ryne Sandberg. And the Giants, Will Clark. Check that one. Yeah, it's base. Sometimes if one's facing one way, and the others are like, I better check it. Make sure. Jerry, you were saying, did you have any luck in the bat break? Who were your teams, my friend? I am sad to say that age has made my poor old brain unable to retain everybody who has what teams and all these breaks. I do put them up on a spreadsheet at the beginning, but I don't retain it very well. So if you can let me know who your team was, I can try and give you the 411 on it. Rowdy Tellez and the Blue Jays, numbered to 150. And hollow foil, Roman Quinn, Phillies. Yadier Molina, Cardinals. Johnny Bench. I love, love, love Johnny Bench. Cincinnati Reds. Oh, Jerry, no Reds tonight. I'm sorry to tell you. No, we didn't have any luck with the Reds. It was the Mariners, the Yankees, and... oh, brother. Mariners, the Yankees, Dodgers. Mariners, Yankees, Dodgers. The New York Mets to 2019. A hollow foil for the Tampa Bay Rays. Ozzie Smith, Cardinals. Rowdy Tellez out again for the Blue Jays, but that one was not numbered. We seen any of our hits out of this box yet? I lose track sometimes. If we've seen them all, or I don't think we've seen any yet. Have we out of here? To 2019, Marisnik and the Astros. Hollow foil for the White Sox. Josh Hader, Brewers. Hey, thank you, Joseph, for typing that in there too, man. I appreciate you. Robin Yount for the Brewers. Here's a relic right on cue as I was asking about one. There is one. Trevor Story for the Colorado Rockies. All of our, that should be, is Jace Fry going to be? No, he's not. I thought maybe he was going to be in that little throwback uniform, but he's not. Well, not technically well, yeah, kind of a throwback, I guess. I mean, I don't think the card is not technically a throwback variation, is what I'm saying, but the uniform, obviously, from days past. The Angels and Ramirez to 2019. A little blackout for the Astros to 67 with Ryan Presley. Barry Larkin for my Cincinnati Reds is a short print. Yay, Barry Larkin. Mazeroski, Pittsburgh Pirates. Max Scherzer for the Nats. So yes, I always appreciate those of you who jump in there and answer questions in chat so much, because sometimes you all see it way before I see it if I'm focused on something else. And also there are plenty of times where people watch the breaks at work or in situations where maybe the volume is down, and if I'm answering it verbally but they have the volume down, they have no idea that their question's been answered. We've definitely had that happen a few times. So I always appreciate you guys helping out by jumping in there and answering those. So thank you for that, Joseph. To 2019, Alfaro. There comes George Brett, numbered to 299 for the Kansas City Royals. 150th anniversary Alcantara for the Marlins. An iconic Duke Snider for the Dodgers. And Adam Sember for the Indians. I think we're back at the beginning. Indeed, we are. Your Ranger was Isaiah Falafa, Kenner Falafa, however you say his name. You know I'm going to butcher it. I butchered it the first time. I definitely butchered it that time. The home run challenge for Belly and the Dodgers, Cody Bellinger. Ralph Kiner, Pirates. Our autograph is the Padres, and it's Roberto Alomar. That is all kinds of cool right there for the Padres. I love that hit. Love, love, love that hit on the iconic card reproduction, Roberto Alomar for the Padres. Like, that's my favorite hit I've seen come out of Series 2 in a long time, as far as autographs go. That's so awesome. Mark McGwire and the A's. But see, I get jazzed up by all the, our Hall of Famers and our retired guys. I love pulling their autographs. Now, don't get me wrong. I love pulling our hot rookies, too. But I have a great appreciation for the Hall of Famers and such. The Brewers to 2019. Pedroia, 150th anniversary. Our second relic out of this box, Jose Altuve, 150th anniversary, number 2, 150, headed to Houston. So I know there are definitely people who really only want to see rookie autographs in products, but that's not me. Joey Gallo for the Rangers, Corbin Burns for the Brewers. I like to see a nice little mix of them. Which will probably have a decent little mix on Wednesday when Museum Collection comes out. A little high-end Topps baseball coming our way. Well, not super high-end, probably middle, I guess. It's not like definitive kind of high-end that we opened recently, but not low-end either. To 2019, Matt Moore and the Tigers. For the Brewers, Travis Shaw. This is the vintage back again, vintage cardstock, or however they phrase it. It is numbered to 99. See Pimpo and Joseph. They appreciate that, Roberto Alomar. Me too, man. Glad to know I'm not alone in that admiration. Brian Shaw to 150. We have a short print for the Cubbies with Andre Dawson. And the Angels with an evolution of the game. Orioles, DJ Stewart. And I believe we're back at it. Yeah. So, you know what time it is now. That's right. It is last box mojo time approaching. And I am going to do a quick little sort out here of a couple things that we're going to want to recap before we get into this last box so that I can just add them into the correct pile. That'll make life a little bit easier. All right, so here's how Last Box Mojo works. We collectively kind of, focus our mojo as a group on this last box and hope that we can pull something spectacular out of it. That's the goal. Of course, we already had that really nice Roberto Alomar. That would have been a good one to see come out of the last box. Actually had some good stuff in here in general. A nice Mike Trout relic. Pretty good case so far. Now, after we do this last box, we'll take care of anything that's in housekeeping, which right now is just that one card that'll have to be given away using random.org. After we take care of that, then we will open our silver packs, which are in the back part of housekeeping, back there. After that, we will recap. So that's kind of what's coming up here in the next little bit after we finish this last box. Jared Dyson, black border, numbered to 67 for the Diamondbacks. I like it. Ryan abbreviates it now. I love it. Ryan's got it down. He's just like, yeah, LBM. I like it, man. I like it. Padres, Francisco Mejia. And Ozzy's bringing the mojo, too. Let's do it, guys. Let's find something awesome in here. The Cubs and Rizzo. Cardinals and Daniel Ponce de Leon. Max Muncy for the Dodgers he's just a regular card, isn't he? Yeah, he's just a regular card. Why is he in there? Are we already at our regular cards in that pack? Yeah, we are. Huh. That seemed like it didn't have as many inserts, didn't it? Maybe it did. Oh, Pimpo's got it going too with a fire emoji and the strongman emoji, a box. Well, actually it's a box and then fire, meaning it'll be a hot box. Then the strongman emoji and the baseball emoji. I like it. Pimpo's got it going on too. Let's bring it home with something big. The Cardinals to 2019, a hollow foil for the Brewers, Brandon Woodruff. Mark McGwire and the Cardinals. And this is for the Angels, Jose Brasino. And Steven Matz brings us back to the base. I guess the other one didn't have. I guess it just seems like those have shorter amounts in them, but I guess they really don't. Just spoiled by looking at relics and autographs in that the last little bit of that last box. Spoiled me. For the Oakland A's, that is Andrew Triggs. A hollow foil for the Kansas City Royals. Faces of the franchise, Toronto Blue Jays. For the Mariners, Sean Armstrong, 150th anniversary. Tampa Bay Rays with Jalen Beeks. I think that's it. Yep. So we haven't seen anything out of here yet in terms of autograph or relic. to see if our mojo is flowing or not. Pablo Sandoval, 2019 Giants. Hollow foil for the Brewers, Corey Knebel. Koufax, Dodgers. Keller for the Royals. And that's that. So, you know, everybody I'm sure saw or has heard, didn't see necessarily, but have heard about the hitman being hired to shoot Big Papi in the Dominican Republic. And it just doesn't make any sense. But, like, the details on it are so strange and sketchy. It just says, like, a group of criminals hired these people to shoot him. But like, what's the motive? And, by the way, they only paid him $7,000. Like, what? I don't know. Maybe that's the going rate for a hitman. I really don't know enough about that world to say, but it certainly seems like a low price for a hitman, doesn't it? Alex Wood to 2019. And then the guy just, you know, also totally admits to it, which is also unusual. The whole thing is just so very odd. Another Vlad Guerrero Jr. rookie card. For the Orioles, Chance Sisco. 150th anniversary for the Brewers. Evolution of baseball. Yeah, that's like another one that goes up there in housekeeping. For the Yankees, that would be Severino. Here comes a relic. It's numbered. It's to 150. Tanaka for the Yankees. So, yeah, I just, you know, I don't get why anybody's trying to shoot him anyway. He's just, by all accounts, such a nice guy. And apparently, in the Dominican Republic, he's practically considered royalty. I mean, he's more famous than the president there, they say. Like, maybe not more famous, maybe more beloved. But anyway, like a rock star kind of celebrity in the DR. So, like, why is somebody shooting him or paying someone to shoot him to begin with? There's got to be more to this story that hadn't come out yet. Bryce Harper and the Nationals. Trevor Story and the Rockies. Arizona Diamondbacks, faces of the franchise. 150th anniversary for the Tigers. Patrick Wisdom, Rangers. And that's it for that one. But I was just surprised that it was such a, like, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I guess I just watched too many TV and movies. But you always think about hitmen and stuff getting paid a lot of money. $7,000 or something strange. Pimpo's looking for Twins, Rangers, and Giants. I'm looking to just get this pack open. And Ryan says he could use a hit for Big Papi out of this case right now. So, see if we can't accommodate that request. I believe our second relic is in this pack. Our manufactured relic is in here. The Rockies to 2019, 150th anniversary, Josh James. The Mariners with a short print, Yusei Kikuchi. And Mr. Kikuchi here is just a standard short print. Jacob deGrom for the Mets. And our medallion manufactured relic, 150th anniversary, means it'll be numbered to 150 on the back as well. It is Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers. We hit his autograph out of Definitive a week or two ago. So nice. So hard to hit Sandy Koufax, too. He doesn't show up very often. The Mariners with Yusei Kikuchi, speaking of, and back to. So both of our relics out, still searching for our autograph out of the last box. I see a home run challenge card. Let's see what else we've got. Gary V., Seattle Mariners for Randy Johnson, Seattle Mariners. Rhys Hoskins, home run challenge. Gotta love it. for the San Francisco Giants. And the Astros get Josh James as our autograph. 150th anniversary means it should be numbered on the back. And indeed it is down there in that lower left corner to 150 for the Houston Astros. So that's all of our autograph and relic hits out of here, but we could still find some numbered things or short prints or whatnot. That was Martini for the Oakland A's. For the Atlanta Braves, Johan Camargo, 2019. This one should be, I was going to say 67, but that's a different border. Felix Hernandez for the Mariners, and it is numbered 250. The big 5-0 for the Mariners. 150th parallel for the Astros. The Cardinals and Schoenheist. Darryl Strawberry for the Mets. One pack left. For the White Sox, that is Giolito to 2019. For the White Sox to 150, that is our stats back, I think. That's what somebody called it the other night. I couldn't remember what the code attached to, but it sounded right to me when they said it. So, Roberto Alomar short print. But here, guess what? He's a Blue Jay. So, a lot of Roberto Alomar tonight. One autograph to the Padres, one short print to the Blue Jays. Carlton Fisk, Red Sox. The Braves and Ozzie Albies. And I do believe that is the end of it. Yeah, it is. But we're not done yet. Don't wander off on me too far yet. We still have housekeeping to do, silver packs to open, those cards to give out using random.org. Let me just kind of get our stuff situated up here so that I know what we're recapping and I can get it in some semblance of an order here. Bear with me for a moment, please. I'm looking for the Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s to make sure I got them all. All right. Because I just want to count those. You know, I just want to know how many of those we have. Because, I mean, hey, if you paid for the Toronto Blue Jays, that's you know, who you're looking for, right? Mainly, anyway. So these two Evolution of the Game cards, they don't in any way tie to a team. So we're going to use random.org to find them a new home. And it will work like this. I'm going to bring you with me. We're going to visit the spreadsheet first. And from the spreadsheet, we're going to copy and paste our team names. Well, I'm going to copy our team names, and then I'm going to take us to random.org and paste them in more specifically. And the base cards does get added in here as well. They've got a shot at these, same as anybody else, because they are, of course, a bidding spot, just like the teams were. So let's get us over here to random. And here's what I do with random. If I have 9 or fewer items in a list, I do random 3 times, and the third random tells the story. When I have 10 or more, as we do tonight, I just do random once. So scrolling through there, you can see everything got copied and pasted, including our base card spot. And whatever team ends up in the number 1 position after I click randomize here is going to get those 2 Evolution of Baseball cards. And it comes up for the Chicago Cubs. Alrighty, so the Cubbies are getting these 2 cards. Meanwhile, I put them in sleeves so that I can write Cubs on them, and that way I will remember when I'm sorting, and I will not have to go back and look. How's that? Right? Anything we can do to get them out faster to you. All right, so those 2, you can see I wrote on the sleeve, not the card. These 2 fine little Evolution of Baseball cards, both headed to the Cubs. Then our home run challenge cards. We had Rhys Hoskins for the Phillies, Joey Votto for the Reds, Juan Soto for the Nationals, Chris Bryant for the Cubs, George Springer, Astros, Cody Bellinger, Dodgers. Our Vlad Guerrero Jr. rookie cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did a little better than our last case where we had 4 and that we had 5 of them tonight. Let's see, before we look at the rest of that stuff up there, because that's mostly numbered and autographed stuff and short prints, we're going to look at these. So it is Blue Jays, Cardinals, Pirates, and the Astros with Nolan Ryan numbered to 150 with the blue parallel. So it can go up there. Then there's an advertising card in there, which, it's just an advertising card. White Sox, Red Sox, Astros, Phillies. Royals, Cubs, Padres. Braves, White Sox, Yankees, Dodgers. White Sox, Philly, Blue Jay, Pirates with Roberto Clemente, numbered to 199. So it's going to get to hang out up there too. Be recapped shortly. Well, come on now. Couldn't get in there. Padre, Met, Brave. Astro, Reds, White Sox. White Sox are blue to 150. Michael Kopech, whichever it is. I always say Kopech, and I actually think it's the opposite, but I've just mispronounced it for so long that it's just how it comes out. Red Sox, A's, Blue Jays, Twins. Astros, Mariners, Dodgers, Braves. Mets, Rockies, Astros, Dodgers. Dodgers are purple. Cody Bellinger to 75. Giants, Blue Jays, Cardinals, Pirates. Last silver pack mojo time. It is White Sox, Red Sox, Astros, and a black Cardinal Daniel Ponce de Leon to 199. All right, so that's silver packs. Now we can carry on with our recapping. So 199 to 75, 150, 199, 150. The White Sox to 150. The Mariners to 50. The Arizona Diamondbacks to 67. The Brewers to 99. Royals to 299. The Astros to 67. The Blue Jays to 150. The Pirates, that's a blue border. Those aren't numbered, but I put them in the stack to recap because, as I said, they don't come out super often, so I put them in there anyway to recap. The Angels to 299. The Astros to 99. This is numbered to 150 for the Padres. The Angels to 50. The Expos, which is the Nationals, to 299. A blue border unnumbered Brandon Lowe for the Rays. The Cincinnati Reds to 150. To 76, that is Nunez and the Red Sox. St. Louis Cardinals to 150. A blue border unnumbered David Fletcher for the Angels. Mark McGwire to 299 for the Cardinals. Got ahead of myself. Tampa Bay Rays to 50. The Detroit Tigers to 67. The Braves and Kyle Wright to 299. That's the black border, 299. Andrew Benintendi to 150 for the Red Sox. The Cleveland Indians to 299, Larry Doby. And a Ray Black unnumbered blue border, Giants. Now, our short prints. Roberto Alomar for the Blue Jays. Yusei Kikuchi for the Mariners. The Cubbies with Andre Dawson. Barry Larkin and the Cincinnati Reds. The Cubs with Ryan Sandberg. Garrett Cole for the Astros. He was pitching tonight, I think. Walker Buehler and the Dodgers. This is an SSP, a super short print. Honus Wagner for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Tigers and Christian Stewart. Justin Smoke, Blue Jays. Greinke for the D-backs. McCullers for the Astros. Manny Machado and the Padres. The New York Mets, Ahmed Rosario and Masahiro Tanaka. Yankees. Next up, our relic recap. Sandy Koufax to 150 for the Dodgers. Tanaka to 150 for the Yankees. Jose Altuve and the Astros to 150. Trevor Story, Colorado Rockies. Justin Verlander, numbered to 50. I missed that. I think that he was numbered to 50 when we saw that the first time. Did you guys catch that and I missed it? Actually, hang on. Trevor Story is numbered 2 to 99 up there in the corner. I get in a bad habit of looking for them in the same place every time, and they're not always. That is to 50 if I didn't catch it the first time on the Verlander for the Astros. Mike Trout and the Angels to 25. Nice dual color relic coming out there. And that is Eddie Matthews for the Braves, numbered to 25. The Nationals and Mr. Juan Soto. Kyle Schwarber for the Cubbies. And Duke Snider for the Dodgers with the medallion. And the little Nolan Ryan Rangers medallion. And finally, Will Clark for the Giants, numbered to 150. So those are our relics out of tonight's break. Our autographs, Josh James Astros to 150. I love this. Roberto Alomar, Iconic Cards, Padres. I just love that hit. The Rangers, Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Cardinals, Miles Mikolas. Jake Cave for the Twins to 150, and Jose Berrios for the Twins. All right, so that's the break. That's the recap. We are locked and loaded for tonight. I am going to put up spreadsheet information one final time. If you missed it earlier, we'll take another little peek at when you can expect things to ship tonight, as well as what we've got coming up in the days ahead. So give me a hot second here, and we'll get that put back up. Alrighty, so the autographed baseball bats, which we broke early tonight, first thing up, I'm expecting those to be on the way no later than next Friday. Free stuff always projected out approximately a week after the fact as the latest possible date it will ship. Most of the time it ships a lot earlier than that, but that would be the latest. And if you got skunked in that break for the baseball bats, typically what would happen is I would just hang on to your consolation card until the next time that you have a package shipping, simply because it is a free shipping break. And then I would send it with whatever else you had coming your way. If, however, you don't want to wait and you'd like to have it sent to you sooner than that from that baseball bat break, you just send me a note, let me know. I will gladly hook you up. Now, for our Top Series 2, our paid shipping break tonight, every team should have pulled cards. I don't think we need to worry about consolation cards there. And I'm anticipating that'll be out the door and on the way to you approximately Tuesday. And if I can get it out to you sooner than Tuesday, you know I will be happy to do so. So what's coming up in the days ahead? We are 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, all the way through the next 5 days, with the exception of Father's Day on Sunday, where we will be at 9:30. Because you know what? I got to hang out with my dad a little bit. So we're going to start a little bit later that night so we can hang out and spend a little Father's Day time. So tomorrow we're going to break Legacy Football. It is my last case of Legacy Football. Veteran Base has its own bidding spot, and everything else ships to the teams. Once again, listing description will tell you pretty specifically what's included and what is excluded in that sort of scenario. On Sunday, third and final case of Noir Basketball, the fourth and final case of Flash Football. On Monday, Luminance Football and Finest Baseball. On Tuesday, we'll break a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. I about didn't get that out. Also on Tuesday, we will break ourselves another case of Top Series 2 Jumbo, just like we did tonight. Silver packs will once again be included, and base cards will once again have its own bidding category and will not ship to the teams. On Wednesday, that's new release day for Topps Museum Collection Baseball. And we're going to have a nice easy night on Wednesday. We're just going to break the one product, the new release of Museum Collection. So there you go. That's what we're looking like in the days ahead, and I believe that wraps us up for tonight. So once again, thank you everyone for being here. I always appreciate you spending your time and your hard-earned money breaking with me. So thank you. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend ahead, and we will see you the next time. All right. Bye now.